recording now.
Sweet.
So first of all, I just wanted to know what your typical quarantine day was like.
I guess my typical quarantine day is just going into the music room and trying to get as creative as possible, trying to stay proactive and productive as possible, and trying not to let this stuff get me down too much, and stay positive, I suppose. My day hasn't really changed. I'm still working, but apart from that, same as D really. Just trying to get as creative juices flowing as much as possible. Yeah. And walk my dog, feed my dog. That's about it. All right.
I'm also still working, so I kind of just sit on my sofa with a laptop in front of me all day, and then gets to about 4:30, and then I'll just move from one screen to another screen and just watch films the rest of the afternoon, and then just same thing again and again and again. So
yeah, I got a cabin at the back of my garden, and there's an electric drum kit in there, and I've just been like trying to play these drum rolls all day and like stay up to date. And I also watched From Dusk Till Dawn the other night, which is so
the
awesome.
TV show or the film?
Always the film.
Harrison, you said you were looking at you were working at the graveyard, right?
Yeah.
So the situation basically is the same now. Like, regarding people and maybe your working hours.
Yeah, everything. No, yeah, nothing's changed. Like, what I do is basically I'll just tend the grounds and cut grass. So that stuff always grows. So they need it done. So, yeah.
And then you smoke it.
And then, I smoke the grass.
Very organic.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm all about. Recycling.
I also wanted to talk about again your single "Rocking Chair."
Yeah.
How it came about.
It's a song that me and D probably had, I don't know, maybe just before we moved down here. And then as we got the band together, started fleshing it out. And then we recorded it at our practice room that we share with something like us. That's all I can say about it, really. Yeah, I think because it's been out for a while now, sort of what's the word? The magic's gone. I need a new single out. Yeah,
it's like our worst song anyway. All our songs is like the ones that we haven't released are like 10 times better, and we're just waiting to like we don't want to kill you guys with our amazing
season
songs too early. We want to like drop it in at the right moment.
Yeah.
And how did you find like that little riff, like like that little?
That's all D-Van. To be fair, it's just kind of like playing a song over and over and over again until you hear something that sounds good and works.
Just mass trial and error.
Yeah, that's what it is. Just trial and error.
And also, I told that riff to go find you guys because he was like really annoying me when I was having a cigarette outside the practice room. I was like, dude, just go talk to them, man. Found him in Brighton.
And I also wanted to hear a bit more. I already asked you that, but just what you think about this whole situation in the UK as artists. And you told me before that now they're starting to reopen stuff. But I find it strange, right? Because the lockdown started a bit later in the UK compared to the rest of Europe.
Yeah, the UK government decided not to really do anything until later than they should. And then it kind of all just happened quite suddenly. So pretty much everything closed over the space of like 2 days. They've kind of started to open stuff up, but now it just means that people are sort of doing more than they should really. So it's like, I think someone said that like there were groups of like 30 people like close together on the beach yesterday, and like today they've got like people patrolling it up and down to try and like shoo people on so that no one has like big parties on the beach and everything. So yeah, it's a bit weird.
I mean, to be fair, I guess I can just echo what Dan says. And also, I walked my dog today in the park, and there was a huge picnic going on. So, I mean, there's like two attitudes towards it, isn't there? You either go out and think, well, if I am seeing these people and they're going to the supermarket, it's sort of the same thing. But then you look at it the other way where, you know, we shouldn't be doing it because, you know, those aren't the guidelines. But then also the fucking government's been so, like, that bumbling fucking speech Boris gave of you should do this, you shouldn't do this, go to work. Maybe don't go to work if you don't want to go to work, but try to go to work if you can go to work. It's like, what the fuck are we meant to do?
There's no, yeah. It's difficult to know what to do because, you know, it's, as they both said, you know, you still see people, I see people every day, you know, groups of mates together and stuff. And it's like, I think people are just going to meet up if they want to meet up, you know.
Yeah, you can't really stop it.
Yeah, it's hard to control.
Everyone's very cheeky.
Yeah.
People are always going to try and get away with more than they're allowed to. So as soon as they relax the rules, people will just like,
It's just going to go crazy.
even further. It's like, the rules are like, oh, you can go and sit in a park far away, but still only with the people in your household. And the people are like, fuck it, I'll just have a picnic with all my mates and just like get everyone together. It's just like,
yeah,
you should have just told people to stay indoors.
Like, yeah, if like someone asks, you can always say, oh, I live with them.
Yeah. There's been a huge scandal in Switzerland with because in my hometown, Lausanne, people organized some kind of secret, but really not so secret football match. And there were, and 1,000 people showed up. It was a gathering of, and our police, and our policemen, they were too scared to do anything. So they just have their little football match. And it's like,
football is so rock and roll. That is so cool.
That's how
we can do that, like, but as a band with the organized
Let's do it. Let's do a massive gig right now, like Caius in the generator days in the desert. We're just like go out into the middle of Brighton. Just throw a giant party. I don't think they'd be able to do anything. I mean, like, I know people who've been going out and like literally these dudes will stand like here and be like, okay, we'll stand 2 meters apart in a circle. Imagine there was like 10 dudes. First of all, it's a really weird image. Like 10 dudes just standing in a circle, like, "Oh yeah, you all right, mate? Say, bro." Yeah. I don't know. I agree with that. I think like as soon as someone chills it out a little bit, people, especially English people, we're just gonna go cray cray and
man,
it's super weird.
Not good. It's bad.
Especially like living by the sea and the coast, where there's a beach just down the road. You know, people are just gonna go crazy.
It's a sexy beach as well.
Yeah.
Have you guys been practicing also during quarantine or not?
No, we haven't.
You guys haven't been playing?
I mean, we've been practicing like by ourselves, but not like together.
No,
like,
we haven't seen each other for a while now.
All doing stuff at home, but yeah, like we haven't gone to like our little practice space just because it's like, I don't know, the room is what, like 3 meters by 2 meters or something.
Yeah.
And just to fit 5 people in there all breathing the same air.
Guaranteed COVID.
Yeah.
COVID confirmed, man.
Yeah, hopefully it won't be long before we're reunited. We can all have a big kiss and
we'll have a big five-way. We'll have a big 5-way kiss, big strawberry kiss.
How do you feel about the future of the industry? Because I've seen that some venues are either closing down or they're doing crowdfunding stuff.
Dude, it's so bad. I used to play for a classic rock covers band that played in this awesome venue in Rains Park, London, called The Cavern. And awesome pub, awesome venue, awesome owner, and they're literally having to ask people for fundraising money. And you know, pubs in England have always been, in the past 10 years, becoming more and more of an endangered species. But like with this stuff, especially what happened in the beginning of lockdown when they wouldn't say that they had to close the pubs, but they were saying only allow essential travel, kind of create this grey area. And I think it was a little bit of a conspiracy. I'm going to get my conspiracy hat on over here and say that they were doing it on purpose because these pubs wouldn't be able to apply for the funds. So they couldn't apply for the money to keep their business afloat because it technically wasn't closed and cancelled by the government.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to be paying loads of people money, and it sucks.
There was like a 3-week period when like no one was going out because everyone was scared of it, but none of the businesses had like been told they were going to have safe funding. I think like knew loads of people got fired like that week just because businesses were like, we can't go 3 weeks without making any money, so they had to like fire everyone. Luckily, when the government did say like, oh, you can have like 80% of your staff's wages covered, they could like rehire them, but it was just like really shitty because people didn't know if they were going to keep their jobs or not. It was just
uncertain. Yeah, everything.
Dude, there was a country show. Sorry.
No, I was just saying everything's super uncertain in terms of like the future. Yeah, the future, the venues, the gigs. Like realistically, I was saying to Dee last night, realistically, I don't think as much as maybe it sounds like I'm being a bit of a negative Nancy over here, but we're probably not going to be playing shows this year. That seems like a realistic thought to me. Yeah. Which is fucking sad, man, because but then everyone's sort of
everything's been paused, isn't it? It's not like The other thing is as well, like when things start slowly opening, maybe we could do gigs again. Like as a venue's going to have social distancing and only limit a certain amount of people in, which will affect.
I mean, we could
venues and all sorts.
There were lots of venues that basically existed off doing free or like basically like a couple of quid entry for gigs. But if suddenly it's like, oh, instead of having 300 people in the room, you can only have 100. It's like they've got to make more money on tickets and more money on booze
and drink.
Less people.
Yeah, and then like, as a punter, you're not going to fucking do that, are you? Because, you know, not everyone's made of money, man.
Yeah,
it's an uncertain time, unfortunately.
I mean, they're going to reopen here. Technically, the venues can reopen on the 1st of June, but it's maximum 30 attendees, and for a bit bigger venues like Paradiso, for example, in Amsterdam, it's not worth it, right? It's going to lose money opening the venue, basically.
Yeah, for sure.
I was saying maybe it will be a time where, because social distancing, small bands like us will end up having to play like Wembley just to get like 50 people.
Hell yeah.
And
that's a real big snapper, boy.
That's how we'll hit the big time. Jones, mate, get out. Well, leave us alone, Jones.
Did you guys see? There was a I think it was a country artist like performed in America. Like it was the first show during COVID or whatever. I can't. Did you guys see that?
No.
Was it like a normal gig, or was there like limits on people?
And like, I don't know. This is what it's kind of similar to what I think is going to happen. I think what's going to happen is, you know, before this happened, we were scheduled to play the Green Door Store, which is awesome. Love the Green Door Store. Been drunk there so many times. But the pubs are going to be opening again. So I reckon pubs that we were going to play at will maybe happen this year. But I think the big venues, they're not going to happen. And that was what was happening in America. There was this, I'm pretty sure it was a country artist was playing. It's pretty cool.
Okay. That's a real rebel, man.
Yeah, artists also just try to earn money doing online, live shows.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that like Bandcamp have been doing. I mean, obviously you haven't got any merch or anything, so we haven't got to worry about that stuff. But Bandcamp have been like waiving their fees.
Yeah,
I think they've got a few more dates coming up. The rest of maybe the next like 2-3 months. I think the end of August they've got days that are coming up where they don't take any fees off. That's pretty cool. At least it gives, you know, independent artists a chance to try and get a little bit of money to get by. But again, it's all just so uncertain, isn't it? Like there's no clear plan of what's going to happen.
and I'm glad you guys are doing great, because I can't imagine what it feels like for artists who are just like doing it 100% of the time. And
exactly.
Job or anything.
Yeah, it must be proper stressful. I don't think I could deal with that sort of stress and pressure.
In America, you know how they do like drive-in movies where like the cars all park and they watch like a big film on the cinema screen? They're doing drive-in concerts. So it's like everyone parks their cars and like rolls down their windows, and then like instead of it being a movie screen, it's like a stage, and they'll just watch gigs like that.
That's a fucking good idea, isn't it?
You could try it and do like moshing with your cars. Like
if you've got hydraulics.
Circle pit.
Some dude doing donuts in the middle.
It'd be so annoying because I bet at the end of every song, instead of clapping, everyone's probably just like slamming their horns.
Yeah.
Like,
Waiting to change location.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like,
It's fine.
my dog was going crazy.
Yeah, anyway, I'm glad to know that you guys are just really, I think you're really taking it well, the situation, really chill. I mean,
Yeah, I was talking to House last night as well because I spoke to my parents for the first time in a few weeks yesterday, and whenever I speak to them, it's because I don't know about you guys, but I usually just don't pay any attention to what's going on, and I just get on as if life's normal. So when I speak to my parents, they kind of bring me back to reality of what's going on, and then it sort of hits me again, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah. Like I got a little bit down yesterday because I was like, we're not going to be able to play a gig for like the whole year. I forgot. But other than that, it's just kind of waves, and you have good days, mainly good days, and then every now and again you're like, shit, this is actually pretty bad, isn't it?
The glass is always half full.
Yeah,
That's the way you got to look at it. At
Yeah.
least I'm alive.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's the same for me. The first weeks I was very like, because I used to go to like 2 or 3 concerts per week,
Yeah.
take pictures or just to listen to the party, whatever. And then it was like my life was just not empty, but it's
Dude, tell me about it. We just finished like a gig, and it was such a good gig in the Hope and Ruin in Brighton. It was so cool. People were like coming up to us after the show, like, "Hey man," and I was like, "Yeah, you want a tequila shot, dude?" And then he was like, "Yeah, I'll write a piece about you guys." And then next thing you know, like after the gig, we all got like featured in articles and stuff. And it was so cool, and the train was like rolling, and I was like, "Yeah!" And then we had a crazy party afterwards, and then we got headline slot for the Green Door store, and we were like, "Oh my god, we're gonna be playing Wembley in like 1 year tops." That's it. And then this shit happened, and now like we have to do that all over again. I mean, it's fine. We can do that. Like we're really good, by the way.
We're really good. We are really good.
but yeah, I mean, it's just that's the bummer I get. That's the bummer I get. I'll be chilling that we're still going.
Yeah.
But then I'll think like, oh, damn, we were like rolling. You know?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
We've been recording just before this call. We've been recording our next single.
Yeah. We were doing
Oh my god.
the guitars for Heavy Cherry
And No War.
We're going to try and get that done.
It won't be too long before we've got someone out.
Yeah.
Me and Dee were saying we might as well release something because, this year is pretty much a write-off. So
it's going to be long, so I think like we may as well do one every like 4 months or something, just so there's some stuff out there. Otherwise, it's just we're all gonna sit on it for months, and we'll be sick of it by the time it comes out.
yeah, exactly. Man.
At least we recorded all the drums like before lockdown for a lot of songs, because that would have been the one thing. Because like Ed can record at home, I can record bass at home. You guys obviously can both record, so it's like that's at least given us a bit of a saving grace. Otherwise, we'd be screwed.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, we're just about to finish off. Get it done.
Get some Heavy Cherry.
Hell yeah! Wait, which other ones did we do? We did a couple, didn't we?
No War, Heavy Cherry, and something else.
Was it Visions of Rapture?
Oh, we've got less than a minute!
Oh!
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so we're working on stuff.
And listen to Rocket Chair. Hell yeah.
What's everyone got planned for this evening?
Look at you two, sexy bitches. Sorry.
I've got to go and put a second coat on my wall.
Oh, you're painting. Ooh.
Yeah. Wait, I'll show you.
That's the worst. Yeah.
You two guys. I miss you guys. It's the first time we've been on TV.
Come here. Come here. Come here.
I miss Ed.
Sweet.
Yo, where's it?
Green.
Whoa!
Oh, nice, man. That's sick. Oh, I like your shower curtain. It goes with
theme.
I
like it.
Yeah. Like a jungle theme.
So that's where you poo.
That is where I poo.
Yvonne's going to cook a recipe.
Oi, oi.
Aren't you? Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am.
Where's Ed? I miss Ed.
Ed forgot about the call, so he was stuck in the countryside on a walk with his parents. Didn't make it back in time.
Classic.
Oh.
Bless him.
Sweet little lad.
It's probably better you didn't meet Ed Miriam. He'd like try and get you into his cult.
Yeah, he's making a podcast about it. He's interviewing some cult members.
He's written some articles about it recently, I think, like Guardian ones, right?
Crazy. Yeah. Dude,
They did one all about the Hare Krishnas and everything, and how they were kind of weird back in the day.
Yeah, he's actually quite crazy. He's just joined a band that was the lead guitarist and singer used to be in the same band as Steve Harris, the bass player in Iron Maiden. So they've started like that band again, and it's just like a massive excuse for him to like buy all these crazy guitars. But yeah. So he plays in the band. Gypsy's Kiss.
Okay.
All right.
Woohoo! That's a wrap.